Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw, and I'm here with Mikko Turtianen, and I hope I got that right, who is the director of sales for the Americas for Condor Airlines. And a few months back, I was lucky enough to experience Condor service, and it really is an amazing product. It's been around a long time, and we're going to talk about the history of the airline. But more to the point, we're now in an age where it is growing and adding new aircraft and brand new service. And really, it's a great option for your clients if they want to go to Europe in style, really, at this point. And we're going to talk to Mikko about that and a whole lot more on Insider Travel Report. Yeah, Miko, first of all, it's great to see you. And we haven't had a chance. I've been traveling like crazy since that trip when I took it, but I wanted to get together with you and sort of talk about that service and what you offer now, because Condor really is, as you're saying, it's a lot going on here. And can you tell us first again about Condor Airlines? What's the history of the airline?
Hey, sure. And first of all, I'd like to say thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be on to be on this interview. And if we look at Condor, I mean, Condor, we're about a 65-year-old airline. So we were founded back in 55. And, throughout our history, we've been part of Lufthansa. We've also been part of Thomas Cook. But for the past years, we have been an independent airline. So we're owned by a tester, which is a capital investment group. And they have a 51% stake in Condor. And then the German government, through loan, has the remaining 49%. So that kind of puts the ownership in place. Condor has been all about leisure. It's been all about vacations, all about holidays. We still remain the number one leisure airline in Germany, working very closely with tour operators and offering German vacationers and European vacationers vacations throughout the Caribbean, throughout the Greek Isles, throughout the Canary Islands, the Seychelles, the Maldives, and so on. So having vacations has been the core of Condor. And as of late, we have started to evolve and started to develop our scheduled traffic over the Atlantic. And
Right.
That's kind of, where I come in my position and making sure that growth that we see over the Atlantic, we're also able to, fill it up. And especially with the new Airbus 330-900, so the NEOs coming in, it brings a lot of premium seats. So we're also in the process of slightly repositioning ourselves in North America.
Well, I did want to ask you about that. Is obviously you are positioning yourself as a leisure airline to Americans too, but maybe something a little more. So how do you position Condor in the North American market?
That's a great question, because first of all, there's still many Americans who don't know Condor. So we're kind of starting from a blank page. But basically, those who have known Condor, they have known Condor primarily only for that leisure charter type of airline. And where we're positioning ourselves is more towards an airline with a brand new aircraft. So the new wide bodies. And as the wide body is bringing the 94 premium seats, we will be positioning ourselves also to that premium leisure, so the premium packaging, but then also towards that corporate traveler. So we really need to find those segments which are kind of willing to pay the premium for the premium economy seats or the business class seats. So that's where a lot of the repositioning happens, while keeping in mind that the new aircrafts are literally changing what Condor has been and what Condor will be in the upcoming years.
Yeah, I totally agree, having experienced it. I knew about Condor in the past, and it was, I think, more as almost like a discount airline to get to Germany and into the central part of Europe, and then from there go wherever you wanted to go. But with these new aircraft, it's kind of a whole nother story. And let's talk also about where do you fly to from North America, and what are your North American gateways right now?
Yeah, so all year round operations, we have pretty much on four routes or four cities in North America. So New York, Toronto, Seattle, and LA are the ones that we have planned as our all year rounds. Then during the summer season, we start to peak our capacity over the Atlantic. So we fly to 12 cities or 12 routes in North America, and 5 cities or 5 routes in Canada, all nonstop into Frankfurt. And this year, it's about a 30% increase in regards to seats, and we will be continuing the growth also going into 2024. So these 2 years, when we're transitioning to the 330, a lot of buildup for Condor over the Atlantic, and that's really exciting.
Well, you do seem to have been expanding your schedule a lot, at least from the releases I've seen across the pond, across the Atlantic. So that's great news for American leisure customers who right now really want to get to Europe. They still are going in droves, but as you mentioned, you also want to start to target the business market again as well for this. And so obviously you got a much larger schedule, but you mentioned it earlier. But really, what's changed your world, so to speak, is the A330neo. What does this aircraft allow you to do that you couldn't do before?
I mean, the Neo, it's an incredible aircraft. You can look at it from the customer comfort point of view. You can look at it from the sustainability point of view. You can look at it from the cargo point of view compared to the previous aircraft that we had. So there are many different point of views that you can look at it. As my responsibility is with passenger sales, I'm looking at, especially that 94 premium seats, which is a huge increase for Condor. So we'll have 30 in business class and 64 in premium economy. We have a special row in business class, so that first row being our prime seat, which adds even extras to that normal business class.
And that was the one you gave me. It was a great experience. It was first class all the way. Almost it is business class, but boy, it was a lot of space, and you could even, if I recall, you could even have dinner with someone across the way if you wanted to. I didn't have anyone there, but it was definitely a lot of space, and it was the very front of the aircraft.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and thank you for that. And I think that's the most satisfying in regards to the Neos, is actually getting that customer feedback. I think that's what the true value and the true KPI for us as an airline is, that how do the passengers react to that new product? And I have to say that for the past 4 or 5 months, the reactions have been splendid, and I think that's what's going to also drive the 94 seats, the 94 premium seats that are really, really vital for Condor to get sold going into next year as well as this year. But as it is fully operational over the Atlantic by summer 24, so 2024, every single flight will be with the Neo. We have to be kind of ready to also be in those segments pretty much now for us to be able to succeed in 2024.
No, that's correct, and I really, I had a great night's sleep over. It was great. Although I understand since that time you've even improved it more. You put in kind of a new upgraded in-flight sleeping experience, right?
Yeah, well, we are really trying to, take the feedback from our customers and make sure that that especially the business class and the premium economy as well as economy are all up to par, that they're competitive. We do have attractive pricing. So when I look at the overall package that Condor can offer the American, be it the leisure traveler going for a vacation or to meet friends, or that business traveler who's flying for meetings in Europe, I think we do offer the best price to product value that's in the market when traveling into Europe. I think it's the best sell that is out there when you do combine the price with the product, especially on that 330 Neo. I think it's by far the best.
Yeah. Now, what else can you tell us about that in-flight experience? I know I really enjoyed it. The food was great. The service was excellent. But what are some of the other things that you offer for both business class and your premium customers?
Hey, great question, and I could use as much time as you give me on this, but I'll try and summarize it. So starting from the business class, it starts from the configuration. So it is a 1-2-1 configuration, meaning that every single passenger in business class has the easy aisle access. I think that's a necessary, a requirement for the traveler today. You don't see it on everyone's flights, but I'm happy that with the Neo, this will be the configuration that we will be using. We have great screens. So if you go to the IFE, in economy, we have 13-inch screens, 17-inch screens, up to 24-inch screens on that prime row seat. Back into business class, if you are sitting in that prime row, you do have even added room in regards to where you're sitting. You also have a wider footrest, and that footrest also can be a very comfortable chair where you, as you mentioned, sit across from your partner, friend, or maybe colleague. You can pull the table down between you, and you can have a nice, maybe, a drink, a coffee, or a nice chat face to face, and not with your kind of looking sideways and getting your neck a bit sore.
No, I know. There's only one other airline years ago, and it's long gone now, but that had that kind of feature, and I really enjoyed it. It was kind of fun to if whether you're going with you're going with your wife or your girlfriend, or whether you're going with your business partner, you can actually spend some time and quality time with them when you're in the air.
Yeah, so I mean, business class, it's a 78-inch pinch that we have there. In premium economy, it's a 35-inch pitch that we have, in the sense of a nice small kind of detail that's throughout the aircrafts, is that if you do have your own headsets, you can actually connect through Bluetooth to the IFE or the in-flight entertainment system that Condor is providing. So you don't have to use the headphones that Condor has on the flights, but through Bluetooth you can hook up to the IFE. That's given some nice comments. And then we do have a bit of nice added addition. So we have a new cooperation with a beer company in Germany.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I got that release. I put that up. I said, what other? I don't recall of any. Well, I mean, you are a German airline, so I guess it goes figure. But it is, you have your own beer, right?
Yeah, so we're partnered up with Brewdog, and they're a brewery up in Berlin, and we came out with what we call the Ferienlager, and translated, that's kind of like the vacation beer or the holiday beer, and it's a nice light pale, about 5% alcohol, a little bit of a fruity taste to it, and it has the Condor stripes. So the can is built in the Condor stripes, and it's on all of our flights, and it's a nice added extra, something a little bit different, that's out there, and yeah, I think it's a fun little thing.
Oh, absolutely. And actually, after that news came out after I flew up, so now I got to go back on and try it out, because you got your own beer, and you got even more expanded and better bedding, which I thought was fine, but you did even more than that. So there's a couple of new features already in the last few months.
Hey, that's great to hear. And I said that, to remain competitive, you have to keep developing. You have to, you can't remain stable and stagnant. So I think that's something, for an airline of the size of Condor, that's not part of, that, as we are an independent airline, I think we have a lot of, opportunity to be agile and also really look into the feedbacks that we do get from customers.
Now you mentioned the gateways in North America, and you're flying to Frankfurt, and where else in Europe?
Yeah, so from the 4 year rounds and the 17 summer peak routes that we fly from North America, we fly them all nonstop and direct into Frankfurt. So Frankfurt is the hub that we fly to,
right?
And then we partner with Lufthansa and a few other airlines, but Lufthansa being the biggest in Frankfurt. So we're able to utilize their European network on an interline basis. So for travel agencies and travel advisors, we have through fares with Lufthansa, and connectivity in Frankfurt is smooth and easy, and bags can go directly to the end destination. So it's a really well working cooperation with Lufthansa for the beyonds from Frankfurt.
And what about do you have any partner airlines in North America?
Yeah, so we're working with JetBlue as well as with Alaska here in the U.S., and then we have WestJet as a partner in Canada, or who are the big ones, and we also have a few others. But these are the ones that are feeding into the gateways that we do have, and pretty much all the cities that we do operate to in North America.
Well, it was definitely an easy thing. And I think I did have a business class lounge that I went to here in the States, and it was quite comfortable. So it was very easy to get in and out. I didn't get a chance to try the one in Frankfurt, obviously, because I was just keeping going on to the next one. And Frankfurt's a great airport. Is beyond doing connections with other airlines to go elsewhere in Europe, you can easily get to rail. And the rail is right underneath the airport. So I actually went to Vienna. It was a bit of a long rail journey, but it was still very easy, and probably about the same amount of time it would have taken me if I had just connected by air.
And to that point, Condor also works closely with Deutsche Bahn, who is the German railway provider. So if you do buy a long haul ticket, So if you do buy your ticket from North America into Frankfurt, we also do offer the possibility to combine that with Deutsche Bahn trains. So the whole network that's available in Germany, we do offer special pricing in economy as well as in business class on Deutsche Bahn if you would prefer to connect with a train service for your German destination rather than flying. So that is something that we also offer. The train does have to be booked the same time as the flight,
Right.
But it is something that we do inform the travel agencies about, and the information that is out there. But it is also an opportunity that in some discussions comes up as a desired option.
No, it's such an easy way. Of course, being in Europe, period, it's a lot easier to connect between air and rail, and I've done it in numerous places. Now, you mentioned travel agencies, and I guess that's kind of one of the key questions here. We go out to about 118,000 travel advisors here in the U.S. and a little bit in Canada. How do you work with travel advisors and travel agencies? How can they book your flights for their clients, and can they get commission?
So all of Condor flights are in the GDS, so we're bookable, through this channel. The interlines are also there, so if you are booking something beyond Frankfurt, it's all there. Just remember our airline code, so DE, that's us. And if we look at, we also do work with a number of consolidators and consortiums and chains. So they might also be worth, having a chat with them if you're looking for the best fare on Condor. So that's pretty much the setup. We have a pretty lean team in North America. So it's myself and Christian, and I do want to say at this point that if any questions do come out, my last name might not be the easiest, but you can find me in the internet or through LinkedIn or so others. So if any questions do pop up, please send them out to me or Christian Cirillo.
I asked also about the commission thing. Are you paying commission direct, or are you setting up individual deals with different travel agencies?
We can discuss individual deals depending on volume. I think volume is
Right.
is a big driver, as well as when you start looking at incremental and what is that travel agency truly servicing, what segment and on what destinations and so on. So we are up for discussions at the moment. The channels that we have set up, so working with the TMCs, working with consolidators, and is probably our main driver to get to the volumes, and especially getting to that selling those 94 premium seats.
Yeah, well, definitely. Well, the TMCs, of course, are big sellers, and of course, if you're going after business customers, they're the key there. And in terms of the consolidators, many of them do pay commission to travel advisors, so that's another way to go. And when you book a consolidator, and I know a lot of you out there do use consolidators, and it's a really great way to go and actually get paid for the flights that you book. Miko, anything else you want to tell our 118,000 travel advisors about Condor right now?
Yeah, I think I pretty much got it all. I think it's just about transition, that by summer 2024 we'll have every flight with the Airbus 330-900. Right now we're flying from all of our operations over the Atlantic. We're flying about half of them. So if someone's really looking for the Airbus 330-900 right now, it would be good still to just to make sure that which aircraft type they'll be flying on if they specifically ask for the Neo. And I think my biggest storyline is that excitement around Condor. We also have the new brand image, the new livery on the aircraft.
Yeah,
I think
the stripes.
I think the stripes are one of the most eye-catching stripes or liveries that you'll find at any airport in the world. I think that just talks to the excitement that is around Condor with the new product, with the new cabin, with our attractive pricing, which I think will be the best offering when you look at price to product that's in the market when traveling to Europe, and the cooperation with Lufthansa, servicing then pretty much anything in Europe. I think it's a great recipe for success for the upcoming years, and we're truly excited about that.
Yeah, I just want to clarify, how many aircraft do you have now, and how many of them are the Neo? And then when we get into next year, how many do you expect to have as the Neo?
So right now we have 6 aircrafts with us, so the new Neos, and the order is up to 18, which we'll have by December 24. So they come in at about a pace, a delivery pace, about one a month until the next summer. So next summer we're at about that 16, and then the last two should be coming then during the remainder of 2024. So that puts us at the ability to fly with relative ease all of next summer or summer 24 with the Airbus Neo. So the schedules with Airbus for the Neo have held, and we've been happy to see them come, and hopefully they remain relatively stable until next summer, so we're able to then also fly with all the Neos. We are also going to renew our narrow bodies. So at the time, so this order was actually made during the darkest times of the pandemic.
Right.
So I think it was one of the boldest decisions where Condor came out and said that we're going to renew our entire fleet. So we're doing the 18 wide bodies plus 41 narrow body Neos.
Wow.
So these start then next summer. We start getting in the narrow body Neos. So it's going to be a brand new aircrafts, throughout the fleet over the upcoming years.
Well, that's a lot of stripes on airplanes, and now you got stripes on the beer too. So
there we go.
Carry that theme over. Well, now where can travel advisors go to get more information about Condor and learn a bit how to work with you better?
Well, one channel, for information, we do try and put a lot of stuff on our condor.com, website, and that's one where you can find the information. Also, you can contact directly myself, even though my first name, last name is a bit difficult, but Condor USA, North America, you should find my contact details, and I do look at LinkedIn. So send me an email through that or just a message, then we can, connect through there. Christian Cirillo, also with C's. He's our sales manager in North America. So we're more than happy to, discuss in any way any topics that may come up.
Well, Mika, I want to thank you for taking the time to talk about Condor. Took me a little time to connect with you because we're both traveling, but I definitely remember that flight very well, and I was very surprised and pleased at the comfort level and the ease of access to Europe. And of course, I was lucky enough to be up at the very front in your really ultimate seat. But I did look in the back, and I looked at the premium class, and it looked really comfortable as well. Even economy looked pretty good. I walked all the way back to one aircraft and another. They were actually let me on board the aircraft before everybody else, so I could take a little tour around and kind of see what was up. And it was really amazing. It really is. So good luck. Obviously, you got even more stuff coming, more aircraft delivering for into next year. And definitely Condor is a great way to get to Europe.
Hey, thank you very much.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.